Hello, good evening, and welcome to Formula Challenge Round 5, Austria Red Bull Ring. This is a GPVWC Championship, and you join us on this Tuesday evening with a grand total of 29 drivers just going through their final paces, warm-up, for our first of two 18-lap races on the just under 5-kilometre Spielberg-based circuit. We've had a very exciting championship so far, with Maurice Mediac a whole 26 points ahead. Just one race win though, and that could all change. Maurice Schroten, hot on his heels, bit of a disappointing Catalonia last time out with 2 fifth places, while his rival got first and third. But it's set up to be a very exciting evening of racing. We should point out, you may instantly notice the graphics look much more detailed compared to the previous races. That is because we are running, if you look on the top left, with the DirectX 11 open beta for R-Factor 2 that came out yesterday. Reception so far has been really good, getting some really nice feedback about it. There are, sadly, a few issues with it, but that's what an open beta is about. It's about engaging the community and kind of helping them give feedback to Studio 397, who I think have done a brilliant job of getting this out there and kind of seeing what works and what doesn't. What doesn't, for now, is the overlay. So for tonight's race, it's going to be a bit different. We're going to use the kind of names above the drivers. There won't be timings, although I highly recommend, if you're really interested in timing, going over to raceview.nl and searching for GPVWC, and you'll get an awesome live timing breakdown, which I will hopefully be using during this race, and try and make it clear to you guys who don't use it and are just watching this stream, and welcome to you all, give you a breakdown as to what's going on the track. So we have David Francic, who was probably the first of many names I will mispronounce tonight, doing cameras for us. So thank you very much to him. We've had a great load of people helping out getting this all set up. So thanks everyone for making this happen. I'm back, I suppose, which is a scary thought, just to do this race this evening, see how it all goes. Like I said, it'll be a bit rough around the edges, but we want to show you guys, for those of you that haven't had an opportunity to try out the DirectX 11 features yet, show you the improvements that have been made. I want to show you some great racing tonight, 2 18-lap races, really nice grid to go with. All 30 cars now are here as we end warm-up, and we'll see what happens. Weather-wise, it's looking good. Nice sunshine, ambient temperature 14 degrees, track temperature of 16 degrees. Race director Chris Williamson just giving his final few moments to explain everything. I mean, even the depth of field, I'm just looking on my screen with the showing the standing camera we've got for now. Some beautiful depth of field effects going on. Just one of the many new features of added DirectX 11. The lighting looks better. There is, again, as I said, drawbacks. The overlay, so our broadcast overlay and GitHub, which I use for racing, don't work at the moment. Mr. GitHub, if you're out there, we need you. Please come back and make it work for DirectX 11. Some RF1 tracks have issues. I've seen a screenshot of a Rockingham R-Factor 1 conversion that looked like the bloom effects had got, it was a Rockingham by Michael Bay. The bloom effects were all over the place. Again, with some of the cars I've seen, it looks like the sun is being used as their kind of rear light structure. But for Austria, for tonight, for the right now, it's looking beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to it. As Mr. R-Factor 2 kind of goes over the top and tells our participants to get ready. Another interesting bug that I'm seeing on mine right now, which you may see in a moment, the amount of rubber on the circuit. It does look like an oil slick has hit the circuit. It will get better after a lap. I think it does improve, and I can then kind of give a bit more. It'll look a bit cleaner. You'll see it's a bit all over the place at the moment. So in 30 seconds, the cars will make their way to start the formation lap as they all kind of get to grid, check fuel levels, check they've got the right tyres, although they should all be taking dries tonight, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And once they set off, I will shout out, although it is quite a small circuit, shout out those 30 drivers and their positions. So leading from the front, it's Rory Schroten, who's dropped down. I say dropped down from Super League. I think he's doing himself a very honest, good job there. And yeah, pole position for him. He was very excited about that. Second place, starting alongside him, is Chris Shepherd for Stax Racing. The first of names I will get wrong. Erhan Jagovski is third position. Yaden Wright in fourth for Downforce Racing. Liam DeWow, he was doing very good in the practice and warm up, but obviously quite get it all together in qualifying. He's fifth. Johan Lindberg for YTF1, number 13, lucky for some, is in sixth. And interestingly now, our current leader, championship leader, Mace Melnick, is in seventh place. So he's got a lot of work to do from there with his rival on pole. Patrick Gerber is in eighth position, and that's for Pacific Grand Prix. Scuderia Brasilia's James Wilson lines up on ninth, with Paul Joseph rounding out the top 10. Terence Gretsch for TR Bluevos Motorsports is in 11th, with Menno Klont, or Kont, as someone was trying to encourage me to pronounce it. I don't know which is right and which is wrong. Is in 12th, also for Stax. Gerrit de Vries, first place for Holland Racing Team, with what looks like the orange arrows to me, but it looks beautiful. Matthew Markrand is in 14th, with my namesake, Philip Koenig, in 15th for MDR. Mark Breslin, 16th, with Clemens Wilt, 17th. Sven Schubert in 18th. Bastian Pelzer, the other Team Holland, is in 19th, with Matthew Klipp in 20th. Then we have Kenneth Ruggold of GPVWC Academy, the Academy car, in 21st, with David Yunt 22nd. James Early has turned up in 23rd, with his teammate Brett McCarth in 24th. TTF Racing guys. Nicholas Dimitris in 25th position. I think I may have actually got those teams wrong. No, 23rd. All right. Eric Stanford, 26th for EG Engineering. Roy Vasili, I used to always love him back in the day when I was commentating on this, in 27th. Rank Hoekstra, 28th. Dave Van Gils in 29th. And Max Spooner rounding it all out in number 30. So our guys on the grid have been waiting around for a while, and they should now start getting the lights. Kind of see what we got. They're all on grid. We have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Bit of a long way, and they are go. Good start there from Roy. Those lit up those rear tyres. Nearly going 3 wide behind him and Shepherd, though. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. It's a bit of contact there. They've managed to just about everyone getting through okay. There's a Racing Team Holland nearly going round, but he's been pushed back round again by Heisler. Roy Schroesen, those running away with it already. Chris Shepherd trying to stay on his heel, and Yaden Wright. Liam DeWell and Ihan Jaworski are going nearly 3 wide. Oh, there's a spin. Oh, he's been spun around, even Jaworski. Oh no, the exit there is a bit all over the place. Oh, that's going to get expensive very quickly. Some guys making up loads of places from this, so they need to be careful. Shepherd nearly diving up, but Schroeten's managed to take it back. As we've got Roy Schroeten still in the lead, Shepherd second, Yaden Wright third. I'm just trying to work out who are the gainers in that one. Paul Joseph's gone up to 8th. Matthew McCard there in 7th. Let's see what the losers in that. Johan Lindberg's definitely fallen down the order. I think he's got a bit of damage. Schroeten now, as someone would say, make hay while the sun shines, but it does shine here. A lot of cars burning their tyres for that penultimate corner. They're really going to be struggling, as I'm looking at an overtake in 6th and 7th. As Matthew McCard. No, Paul Joseph's gone up to 7th, so they both made places. Someone must have dropped that there. Roy Vasili, he's gone up to 14th. So he's done alright in this opening lap. There's a half-second gap here between Roy and Chris already. Let's see what everyone's asking about. Wugo James Early, he is up to 17th, so not far away from points already. So that's alright. I mean, Max Spooner gained a 4th place at the start. Menno and Eric are sadly in the pits. Unlucky for them. Lindberg has carried on though, which is good. I heard a big rattle there, but I didn't see what happened. I must have missed that one. So a bit of a lock up there from Roy. It's a big midfield battle. I mean, 8th, 7th, 8th, and 9th are all very close to each other. They're all swapping positions, going too wide through these tight. Oh, Wilson's gone off in 9th, but he's managed to only lose 1 position from it. It's all right for him. They're all fighting all over the place as the gap up front is slowly increasing. All these guys are slipstreaming left, right, and Bastian Powers, the lead, went off himself. Circuit. Oh, bit of tangle. Was that someone? Oh, he dived into the pit lane accidentally there, but he's got a cup. Whoa! Heisler, a bit of contact there. They're both going to lose speed down this straight and get swamped left, right, and centre. As Dave Van Gils and Ian Janowski look like they want to get back involved again. It's a slow car on the apex of turn 1, but he's just about all kept going. James Early's suddenly sneaking up. He's been boxed in like some sort of police boxing attempt to stop it, make him stop. They're going to go 3 wide here into turn 2. This is going to prove to be interesting because 3 into 1. Oh, somebody goes very sideways but holds it all together. Let's see what's happening up front. Roy Schroten's now 3/4 of a second ahead of Chris Shepherd. Himself just under a second ahead of Yaden Wright in 3rd. And it's 7 tenths back to Liam DeWow in 4th. And Macy Smeliak is then 4 seconds off that run, kind of in a race of his own already. Matthew McCard is then 9 seconds off the leader, but 3 seconds behind 5th. Paul Joseph, lots of tyre smoke there, is in 7th, but 8th is only a few tenths behind. But yeah, it's a close one between those guys in the midfield, battling for those last points, really putting on a show for us, which is good to kind of keep an eye on. So let's see where the fights are. So Mark Brazelin is in 13th, is probably about to come under pressure. And Bastian Paisley, a bit more over speed. Is he going to dive for the inside? Mark's kind of defending it. He does chuck it up the inside. Very fair from the both of them. But yep, Mark's just about managed to hold it because he got a better exit there. Let's see if we had Rank Hoekstra has gone through the pits again, I think. Maybe the first time actually. But he's now a lap down, so maybe in for damage actually. Eric's a minute behind the leader. So I think they've both had... Eric went into the pits earlier, which explains that's one. And so... see what's going on here. The 4th, I'm still fighting over it. And what are they fighting over? Well, Reslin's in 13th, Pizer 14th, Gretsch 15th, and then it's Ethan Josky and James Early. They are fighting over the last point. I was saying to our cameraman earlier how I always try and see what's happening in the last points paying position, because it's usually the most exciting, and it is currently proving that. As Rory is now 1.3 ahead of Shepherd, who himself is 2.4 ahead of Liam, so who's then a further 3.5 seconds ahead of 4th place. So the podium guys are kind of going for it, and kind of in a bit of a no race, while the guys 12th, 13th and 14th, sorry, 12th and 13th are close actually. It was worth watching them for a second. David Yunt in 12th, Mark Breslin in 13th, trying to get a bit of slipstream on there. So as we are on lap number 5 of 18. My eyes do not deceive me. And what am I looking at? I'm looking at James Wilson, currently in 9th position, taking the fight to Gerrit de Vries. As we go down, is he going to have a look at it? He had a look, but he decided to back out of it. Sven Schubert getting a nice exit there actually, so he's caught up a few tenths as these two are fighting. I'm looking every now and then over to the broadcasting, and it does look absolutely stunning in 1080p 60 FPS. Bit of slowdown every now and then, we apologise for that, but I think you can agree that the leaps and bounds of the lighting effects, I mean, it's no Assetto Corsa or Project Cars or anything like that, but the racing is still brilliant because it's still that R Factor 2 base, and it's now just, they've tweaked it. I've also just noticed that either Troden's had a moment or Shepherd's put in a stunning lap, because he's half the deficit, down to just under 7 tenths of a second. So either Troden's had a problem, has become up to a third of the way through the race, or Shepherd's decided to put the hammer down. Considering the gap between Shepherd and 3rd place Liam DeWow is currently 2.8, I would say Schroten, sorry, has had a bit of a moment. And it's probably going to be worth watching for a bit. Is he going to catch it in half a second now? So he's definitely catching. So I'm watching a replay of De Vries, Schroten and Wilson fighting for the same piece of tarmac and just about agreeing on who gets what bit. How's this gap looking between Shepard and Schroten? Oh, back up to 8/10. So it looks like he kind of got into a slipstream and then just couldn't keep up through the twisty turny bit. Massive overheating of the left side tyres though. Oh, is he? Shepard going off there at the final corner. Lost a few temps. So now, yeah, back up to 1.2 as who's that coming out of the pits? We've also just had a DNF, Matthew Clip. I've just realised, what did he do? Oh, did he just spin it on his own? I think he had a damage before, I hadn't noticed, but he, going through, I think it's turn 4, he just spun it and has then kind of got out the way and given up there. Same with Right Hoekstra, he was a lap down early on, so he decided to park it for now. So, where are those close battles? Just going to flick through the grid myself and see. 13th and 14th, Bastian Pazler and Mark Breslin seem to be stuck in some sort of eternal battle in 13th and 14th. And Jan Jaworski in 15th now, a bit more comfortable. He's got a couple of seconds gap to 16th place. So he'll just kind of sit there, see what's happening with the few guys ahead. Gerrit De Vries and David Yunt are also quite close as Gerrit goes very wide. It just keeps on the black stuff. It is. David going to throw it down the inside? No, he's not. He may come to regret that decision. And Matthew Allinson saying those just turning and missed the mother of all pile-ups of turn 1. It was a big pile-up. Yeah, two cars kind of tripped up each other, and then everyone kind of barreled in on the exit. So that was a bit of a shame for those that didn't quite make it. We've had 2 DNFs so far, Matthew Clip and Rank Hoekstra. Gap between first and second now to 1.8 seconds. And they're both dropping Liam, who's a further 3 seconds back on his own. A 3-second gap in front of him and behind him. And 4th and 5th, they're getting a bit close, a bit touchy-feely. Meniak in 4th and Yaden Wright in 5th. Half a second between them. Let's see what other... Paul Joseph's in 7th. James Wilson, Roy Vasily, who's had a great race up to 9th position. And Sven Schubert, 8th, 9th and 10th, and all very close. I mean, I don't know if this is DirectX 11 or if this is just how cars are being set up for this track. I'm seeing a lot more smoke come from people's tyres. I'm surprised they're kind of not fallen apart yet. And see how this 8th, 9th and 10th do on the pit straight. You will need a good exit here to get slipstream as Sven goes a little bit wide. Let's lose a little bit of speed there. They all had a very good exit and probably now too far from each other. And there's... Oh, as I just noticed, Dave Van Gils is in the pits. Is he? Him. Interesting. He decided... Oh, he's pit DNF, that's a shame. Must have had something wrong with the car there. That's Dave Van Gils out now. Hopefully he'll be back for race 2. It's a bit of a... It was a close one. Vasily and James Wilson, 8th and 9th. Vasily sells him a dummy. Wilson wasn't having any of that. But yeah, 8th, 9th and 10th is where it's at the moment. Vasily's going to try on the outside. That's a interesting idea. He's trying to... he's putting Wilson under pressure though, because Wilson's really cooking his tyres. Some great racing going on here. All up and down the field. It's a bit harder for me to keep track of with... everything going on. I must admit that's a slow driver being lapped. I didn't see that was. Yep, Stanford getting out of the way. Fair play to you, sir. Gap up front is now up to 2.3 seconds. So they're just eking it out a little bit, those two. And Shepard is 3.2 ahead of Liam Duval in 3rd. Oh, both Vasily and Wilson running now up the hill. Vasily needs to get a bit of slipstream from Wilson, and he could take him. And it's one they both went very wide. I looked at it. It's the last of the late breakers, and they both break late. Brilliant view there of what Spence Schubert's watching, as obviously he's gone all over the place, and Spence should be able to make a position up here. He has. Is he going to be able to get a bit of toe back and chuck it down the inside? He's going to have a look. Nope, he's thought better of that. Stanford's also retired. He was a bit further down as well. Oh, Wilson! Wilson spun! Oh no! Vasily! Vasily's over, up and over goes Rory Vasily. Oh dear, Wilson. They got all over the place, all of them. What was that? I need to see that one again myself. I think Wilson dropped it. Went wide, dropped on the exit himself. Schubert just managed to skip through, out the way, and then Rory just didn't know where to go. Smacks into him. Very unlucky. And then that was another car going wide earlier on. Wilson did very well there. Stayed out of the way. Let everyone go by. Unlucky for him, down to 19th there. Oh dear, oh dear. Rory's still going as well. Rory's managed to recover 16th position. As we are on lap 11. He seems to have lost a lot of top speed though. He seems to be very slow on that straight. I think he has got a problem with the car, but he decided not to pit it. Outside the points there. What's the good news for that then? So the good news there is Sven managed to get up to 8th, and there's Bastian Pelser and David Yunt fighting over 10th and 11th. Oh, and so's Mark Brusland and James Early getting involved there, I think. David Yunt got stuck on the curb there. Got kind of pushed outside, stuck on the curb, and just couldn't get the exit speed he wanted. So now those guys are fighting, well, for possible top 10 position. Bastian trying to run away with it. As bit of a Breslin, very careful there. James Early going a little bit off. He's going to. Three of them are fighting it out, getting a bit all over the place. Who's going to have the better slipstream between the three of them? Well, this is going to be an interesting manoeuvre for any one of them to pull it off. Breslin decided probably best to back off for now. Get a nice slipstream down here. Oh, Even's also going to get a bit involved. Ian Milowski. So 4 of them all close proximity. 12th, 13th and 14th. He's riding those curbs, which he's done it again early. In fact, both of them have a very good exit. And look at Breslin. Breslin's now decided I'll have both of you. It's going to be 3 wide nearly into the middle. And Ethan getting a beautiful slipstream from every one of them. Oh, that's very good driving from Ethan. Is he can just hold it together? Oh, he's going to get an exit as well. Oh, that's beautiful for Ethan. Round the outside. Very good there. Getting 2 positions in very quick succession. Although Breslin's probably going to have a look at taking one of them back. Is he going to dive down the inside? He isn't, but he's going to be very careful now because David Yunt will have a look down the outside. No, thought better of it. Fair enough. Philip Koenig in 15th position, thinking, I'm ready if that all kicks off. Okay, now he's in the points paying positions. So Roy 16th and Wilson 19th. Looks like they're both going round, so they both somehow didn't get damage, or not too much damage, but just lost positions from the actual contact itself. Very surprised by that. I thought Wilson would have had much bigger problems being smacked there by Rory like that, and Rory flipped over, but mind talking of Rory's. The gap between him and Chris Shepherd is now 3 seconds. There's a car Chris has just lapped. He was that's Max Spooner getting out of the way, very much out of the way on the grass. It's a bit dangerous, but at least he's prepared to get out of the way. So Rory in first, 2.6 seconds to Chris Shepherd. It's then 2.8 back off to Liam DeWow. Matthew Munich is currently in 4th, 9 seconds off the leader. Matthew McCrard in 5th. He's 12 seconds off the leader. And then it's a bit 8-second gap between him and 6th place Paul Joseph. He's got Yaden Wright for company, just a second behind him in 7th. 25 seconds behind the leader, and in 8th position is Sven. And then we've got the kind of collection of Bastian Posler in 9th, Garrett de Vries in 10th, and a few seconds back. It's all spread out a little bit now. Oh no, maybe not. 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and now Rory in 16th. He definitely wants to get a point. And he's kind of dragging Patrick Gerber with him. Oh, Matthew McCann's DNF'd. What happened there? 5th or 6th place position. What did he do? He went wide at the penultimate corner, and he couldn't scratch the speed off. And into the last corner sideway. Oh, he's gone into the last corner sideways and off, and he's caught the spin, and it smacked him straight into the tyre barrier. And that's the end of his car. So that's a real shame, because he was, all the way up in 5th position, I believe. He goes wide, and he goes a bit wide, just tries to catch it, and then obviously doesn't show up the steering wheel on the replay that I've just seen on the stream. But he tried to catch the spin, caught it, and it spat him out. What that does mean, however, then, is that Maniac has now got a 13-second gap between himself and the car behind him, 5th, and it means Paul Joseph's having a great race, now up to 5th, although he is dragging big play for Yaden White now with him. What position is Liam? If you're asking about Liam DeVal, Mr. Tim Holleveld, he is currently in 3rd, although my timing screen is just slightly messed up. He is, there we go. He's 2 seconds behind 2nd place Chris Shepherd, and 5 seconds ahead of the car, 4 seconds, sorry, ahead of the car behind him in 4th. So he's got a decent chance here of a podium position. Oh, engine, go to freeze. Engine just blown up. Where was he? He was fighting 13th, I think. What did he do? Did he just change down or change up? Let's quick see if I can work that one out for. So Paul's 2nd, 3rd. Oh, Paul's 3rd, and then he pulls 3rd. He then gets neutral, and then at 100 miles an hour, pulls 1st. And that ain't gonna work, I'm afraid, mate. And that's Garrett Freeze out with engine failure. That's a shame. So, where was he? He was in 13th, fighting David Yunt. So that's a real shame. He just, was going quite happily, getting a slipstream. Somehow got neutral. Tried, and then just, when you panic, I've done it before. It's quite embarrassing. You panic and think, oh, I'm not in a gear. Get me a gear now. You pull your gear, you get 1st, and that's it. Bang. As we enter lap 16 of 18, Roy Schroesen is now 4 seconds ahead of Chris Shepherd in 2nd. And Liam DeWow is catching up 2nd, actually, now. He's only 1.8 behind Chris Shepherd. So it could be a fight on there at the end if Shepherd has a bit of a mistake. Where are our close battles? Our close battle is still 12th, 13th. They're the 2 closest guys, I think, for a fight in the points. Although 14th and 15th are also quite close themselves. As 14th Johan Lindberg is a little bit wide, but he's okay. Another thing I should point out, I should probably apologise, you'll notice that the cameraman has to flick through the cars like old times. One of the plugins that now doesn't work helps us do all of the camera stuff. So it really is a case of flicking through. And that's why we're keeping the names on. So apologies if it's not quite as realistic, because we had to press tab to get the names up. Primarily to help you guys know who the cars are, because we haven't got grid positions. Or grid kind of overlay, and partly for the cameraman, so when I start shouting names he can kind of try and find who he's looking for. As Roy starts the penultimate lap, he's got a 4-second lead now to Chris Shepherd, who's now managed to eke that gap out to 3rd to 2 seconds again. So I think Roy's still got the tyres kind of keep going, really, which is good for him. Who's in that final points paying position? It is Koenig, although Yunt is right ahead of him. So watching it now, they had a bit of a battle. I've just seen the replay of Koenig, one of them getting through. So has Yunt got a bit of trouble, or is Rory going to be able to get point? Kind of feel sorry for him. He just kind of collected Wilson. He's actually now got Wilson only 4 seconds behind him after those get-togethers. 5th and 6th, actually. That's worth watching. Paul Joseph and Yaden Wright. Yaden's going to dive down the inside and take a place. So, Paul down to 6th position. Yaden up to 5th, and they've got a lap to go, a lap and a bit, as Roy Schroesen starts his final lap. He's got 1 car of traffic up ahead. Who's that? Max Spooner, who is currently running around last. Who was that? That was someone really off the circuit, I thought. Oh, I think Spooner spun, actually. That was somewhat nice for him to get out of the way. Yep, dropped on the exit, but he was way out of the way. And spin it around and keep going. Good on you, mate. Liam's trying to use the slipstream of the traffic, could do with getting out of the way. He does. Fair play to that traffic because he's not too far behind now, Shepherd, in about a second. So it's going to be a hard one. Let's see if he can get that second place, but he'll be happy with the podium. A bit too greedy. His first race of 2 this evening. Getting greedy. 13th, 14th, 15th. We'll definitely take a look at the end because they're going to be fighting all over the place. But we should probably focus back on Roy. He's not really had much screen time today in first position, but he got it away from the line beautifully. He's got a nice 5-second lead to the car behind, and Rory Schroesen wins the first race tonight at Austria at the Red Bull Ring. So congratulations as he weaves his way to the finish line. To him, Rory Schroesen wins Formula Challenge Round 5 Race 1 at the Red Bull Ring. Chris Shepherd, second place, 5.2 behind him. Liam Dewell takes the final podium position, 1.5 behind. Now I want to jump to 14th and 15th, who are fighting for that last points paying position. Roy Vasili is going to get round the outside of David Young for 14th. So he gets an extra point if he can hold on to that. There's another close fights. Koenig's going to have a look actually. See, can Koenig get the final point in 16th position? Koenig's tapped the back of him. Yunt's managed to continue, but Koenig's now smacked his wing off. Down in 17th. He's now just losing position, sadly, which is really going to affect his race 2 start. He needs to be a bit careful as he rejoins. Yeah, that seemed just about okay, but he's gone from 16th down to 19th there, Philip Koenig. Unlucky for him. He went... That was a bit too fast there. And there wasn't really a gap. It's quite a fast corner and I don't think we really see any overtakes there in F1. Roy Schroesen, yes, amazing. Very happy with that. As Koenig, runs down 19th. So probably should do a quick rundown. So Roy Schroesen first, Chris Shepherd second, Liam Dewell third, Macek Melnick fourth, Yaden Wright in fifth, sixth position goes to Paul Joseph, Sven Schubert in seventh position, Bastian Peisler in eighth, Erhan Jazlowski is in ninth, Mark Breslin 10th, James Early 11th, Patrick Gerber 12th, Johan Lindberg 13th, Roy Vasili 14th there at the end, David Young 15th, managing to hold on to it. James Wilson just outside the points after that spin and crash is 16th. Manu Klont 17th, Brett McCarth 18th, Philip Koenig after that tap at the end there 19th, Nicholas Dimitris is in 20th, Terence Gretsch 21st, Clemens Wiltz 22nd, Kenneth Rugler was a DNF actually at the end there in 23rd, Max Spooner was the last time the car in 24th, and then the actual retirement list. Gerrit Vries 25th, Matthew McCard 26th, Eric Stanford 27th, Dave Van Gils 28th, Matthew Clip 29th, and Roy Hoekstra was sadly only completed 3 laps and was 30th. Drivers now talking about their tyres. Shepherd saying he had 43% of the fronts. Yunt 33-23 can barely race to the finish. Gerrit de Vries, somehow my car went into neutral, blowing up the engine. Sadly, it wasn't the neutral, it was them pulling first after, which caused the problem. So that was a shame for him. Chris Shepherd, 2 mistakes, took 15% life from front, so could have been better. Already asking the main questions. Who caused that crash? So if you guys, I see there's 26 people watching. Hello to everyone. Have got any questions? I say 26, all of them is me, so 25. People asking, is this the DirectX 11 version? Yes, it is. This is on the shiny, awesome DirectX 11 edition, open beta. So far, so good. I was saying earlier, there's a few issues with some cars and some tracks, especially the R-Factor 1, some of the R-Factor 1 converted tracks having some issues. Excuse me. But and pop at R-Factor 2 tracks and cars that are done nicely. It's looking really nice. So what other things were you guys talking about? Yes, someone's corrected me on my Race View link. Apologies for that. Panisi pointing out there is a live ticker over at the GPVWC.com site. So you can have a quick look at that. So they're still talking about how the race went. Some people not happy with their pace. Some people quite happy. I think Schroeton was there with his pace. Yeah, Drake Racing. Philip, tell us what you're doing in races nowadays. Well, Mr. J Racing would ask that since I somehow managed to get a podium into Lagos World GT Round 2 just over 2 weeks ago now. However, then went to Monza and totally forgot how to race in the rain. Kept spinning the car, which was quite embarrassing. It was very much a Twitch stream of how not to race. And also managed to smack the back of David Yunt due to an issue with how we stacked 2 by 2 at the start of the race. We were way back from the first group, and then I all kind of found them a bit too fast into turn 1, and apologised to Yunt for a bit of a touchy-feely. Luckily, it didn't affect him too much. And then touring cars over the British Virtual Touring Car Championship, which is a few rounds remaining. And I'm actually going to Foxton this weekend to watch the real touring cars and hopefully watch a real Subaru. Because last time we were there, they realised that they hadn't fixed their car yet, which was after the fuel line issue at Donington. So what does that do for the standings then? Because I should have taken the picture. Meniak was... I should probably go to listen back to where I said Meniak finished, but Schroeton there definitely clawing back some points with the win. His second win of the season. Meniak's got 4 wins now. Quint's taken a win. Ricard's taken a win. Liam Dewell, he got 3rd place there. So he's now got a 1st, 2nd, a 3rd. And a 6th and the 8th in the 5 races he's done. So he's looking okay. Still the lowdown is on turn 2/3 is being analysed, waiting behind a wall of crash cars behind. Yeah. Talking about tyres, well, half throttled out turns, only full when almost straight. I mean, the rain must be atrocious in that case. At least we had traction control. So, yeah, talking about the TV plug-in or lack of. Yeah, I think we just wanted to get you guys, show you guys what was happening. And kind of say, because some people, it's a 3 gig download. That's a lot in bandwidth for some people who don't have the internet, unlimited internet. It could take a long time. And then again, the graphics cards to run DirectX 11. A lot of people are finding that it does drop a little bit. Some people are actually finding it better. But the thing to point out is it is an open beta. That means there will be bugs. It won't work as well as you hope. The biggest loss for me at the moment is the GitHub overlay, which means that for the races, touring cars and World GT, I will likely be using DirectX 9. I may use DirectX 11 for World GT Paul Ricard next Thursday, just to show it off on a Twitch stream, my view of it. But you don't get that data that when you're racing you really want, like tyre temperatures, brake temperatures, fuel levels. It's a bit harder to analyse through the rFactor UI. So hopefully, Studio 397, if you're listening, you're taking that view on board and sorting out a nice overlay to go with it all. So I'm just going to see what else is being asked about. Off to Alton Park, 21st, watch the World Touring Car Championship. Is that ready at Alton Park, Wesley Morris? A bit of a interesting place to go. So, fair enough. I didn't think they'd go to Alton Park. But fair play to them if they do. And we got 2.5 minutes left of warm-up. I didn't talk about penalties for the previous race. It seems like from what I read, there was a bit too much touchy-feely from various drivers. But, apart from, well, the Wilson crash was unlucky there. Wilson just dropped it and then spun round. And Vasily had nowhere to go. So you probably want to know who's on pole for this race, because it's reverse grid. And the important number, which I totally missed, meant that Johan Lindberg is starting on pole. I'll do a rundown later of what that means for everyone else. So they got minute 50. Watching James Wilson and Gerrit de Vries go around very close to each other. Like a little mini race between the two of them. Oh, de Vries, I think, forgot how to brake at turn 1. So his loss there. But yeah, how are you guys finding DirectX 11? Like I said, the rain effects looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's backed up by a brilliant physics engine. How are you guys finding it? Who's having problems with it? You can just know what you think of it. What do you think of the stream so far? How do you think it looks? Any comments, criticisms? I'm all ears, sort of. Constructive criticism. Super Cup stream tomorrow. Now, we were hoping to broadcast this stream on a new broadcasting machine. We sadly didn't have time to set it all up, so we reverted back to David's wonderful computer, so thank you for him. Without the overlay. I don't think the overlay is going to be fixed for tomorrow. I still think they're going to look at whether it's worth having the overlay with DirectX 9 or without the overlay on DirectX 11. Put it to a vote here, but I'm guessing you guys probably appreciate more information about what's going on in the race. Daniel Brambilla saying, well, Phil, I guess I've been complaining enough on Discord. Yeah. you could say that. Stream looks sweet from Cadona. Yeah, like I said, it looks the part now. And yeah, it's as I mentioned earlier, it's not going to be Project Cars or Project Cars 2 in terms of graphics. That thing needs a beast of pieces to work, but when it does look sublime. Whether it's got the physics engine we know and love behind it, debatable. Having played a lot of both, I still love it. I still think it's brilliant. I like the variety. I like the official licenses. I don't think it can hold up to like a championship like we're seeing now. So that's my general view on it. Back to Super Cup. Yeah, I think it's going to be streamed. Yeah. Super League obviously should be hopefully as normal. I think they, like I said, working out the overlay stuff. Dunlop NSA BTCC says Wesley Morris. So you put WTCC, and that's why I got really confused. That's World Touring Car Championship. So yeah, Alton Park. When was it? 21st of, I'm guessing May. Yeah, because it's the next one after Thruxton. Right, okay. Well, that should be good. R-Factor is the only sim out there with a replay functionality. Yes, and I watched a Eurogamer Italia Assetto Corsa stream. And apart from being a complete and utter mess in regards to driving standards and then restarting the race because everyone kept on going off at Imola turn 1, and they restarted it 4 times or 3 times. I think the 4th time they all had a crash. They went, sod it, we'll just run with that. But we didn't see the crash because it was just a bit. They didn't quite catch it, and obviously no replay. AMS has replays. I must be being really stupid if I don't know what AMS is. Anyone know if Austria is easy to run in Spain? I had issues in Spain and couldn't race. If you mean in regards to graphics, I remember something about the main stand being quite intensive. I think that was the one where the stat, if you turn the setting on to low and get rid of the people, I think that was the one. There's so many people for it to draw. There's race director Chris, just explains the same things about 18 lap second race. And we hopefully will be going to formation lap very shortly, and I can start rambling on about race 2. Great job, Philip and David. Big thanks from Hero Batnav. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying it. As everyone starts making their way to the grid, I will, in a moment. We used to only have 30 seconds as part of time to get to the grid. We now have a whole minute, so everyone can check. They can kind of go out. It's very useful when it's raining. You can effectively go out, see how wet it is, and then come back in. Definitely feel that looking beautiful as ever as everyone makes their way towards the grid. And because I left it a bit late there, I'm actually going to start, pardon me, doing a rundown now with 20 seconds left. So on pole for this reverse grid race is YTF1's number 13. It really is lucky for some. Johan Lindberg. And next to him is Basvik's Grand Prix's Patrick Gerber in second place. James Early, he had a decent race, making his way up the pack. He starts now in third, with Mark Breslin in fourth position for the mighty fourth. Very good. Good position to get yourself into, sir. Well played. Ihan Jarzowski, I'm so sorry, is in fifth place. Bastian Peisler in sixth. Sven Schubert, GP Academy car there, all the way up in seventh. So decent points for the Academy team. Paul Joseph in eighth for the mighty fourth. 4 times 2. I can work with that. Very good, Paul. Very good. Yaden Wright, Downforce Racing, is in ninth position. Moses Mroniak, 10th. He's really got it to work for. But obviously he'll be ahead of his rival, which I'll explain in a minute. Liam Dewell, starting now in 11th place for EG Engineering. Chris Shepherd for Sachs in 12th, and Roy Schroten now in 13th. Now, you got a decent amount of points compared to his rival, but he'll need to do the same thing again. Just start eating into that lead he still has. Roy Vasily, after unlucky, I think, crash there, starting 14th. John is in 15th for Red Arrow Racing, with Scuderia Basilia's James Wilson in 66th. Anacom is in 17th for Stacks, with Brett McCarthy in 18th. With Eat My Dust in his rear wing, I've just noticed. Very good. Philip Koenig is in 19th for MDR Motorsport, with Nicholas Demetrius in 20th, also for Red Arrow. Terence Gretsch, TR Blues Motorsports, is in 21st. Sorry, Clemens Wilt is in 22nd. Kenneth Ragland, the other Academy car, is in 23rd, with Max Spooner for Downforce Racing, in 24th. Garrett de Vries in 25th, with Matthew McCard in 26th. And it's Eric Stanford in 27th for EG Engineering. Mike Hoekstra in 28th. Thunderdog? Very good. Miles Dixon is in 29th for MDR Motorsports. So we've lost one car, sadly, since the start. So that's a shame. Fans are looking the wrong way. Yeah, they'll just look at the camera, which is a bit weird. Playing with the camera settings. Lindbergh, good chance for the win. Yeah, he does from pole. Let's see how he does as the final cars get onto their markers. And, should get myself a decent camera. There's 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are racing again. A long start. Oh, I don't know. You had a particularly good getaway. No, he didn't. And Early's already looking around his backside. As we go into turn 1, how's it all looking so far? Oh, someone's nearly round. Just about all getting through, I think, this time. There's a piece of front wing I just saw flying off. But James has managed to get into the lead. He's managed to get the slipstream. Johan's already looking to grab a bit back. Is he going to dive down the inside? No, thinks better of it. This is where we saw the carnage earlier. Oh, there's already a crash. Crash already going into it. Oh, that's going to be pandemonium now at the chicane. All over the place. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's actually part of the apex. Some of them not doing the best of rejoins. James Early is still in the lead. That was just absolute carnage. I'm just seeing the replay on the stream now. There's part of them. Dear, dear, dear. That's a shame. That's a expensive shame. It was nearly the same as before. But so Johan's already lost position. He needs to keep his cool. Not lose anything more. Jan Jowski's managed to go with them. Mark Breslin a little bit further back, but it just means now there's a bit of a gap. Let's see who really suffered. They managed to everyone's still going, I believe. I didn't see anyone lining up the pit lane entry yet. It is James Early who leads the first lap. It's 3 tenths ahead of Johan Lindberg. Owen Jodowski third, Mark Weston fourth, Bastian Peiser fifth, but 2 seconds back already. Liam de Waal sixth, so he's had a good start. Now, what about Roy? Schroten's in 13th. And where's his rival? His rivals were down. Oh, what's he done here? He's start-finish line. He's had a very weird moment. What's he done there? Is he? Oh dear! He just drove into the back of somebody going very slow for the exit and spun the car. That is a shame, actually. That's really affected his race. Someone else going up and down the field at the moment. Going all over the place. I can't really keep up. Oh, Johan Lindberg's down to third now. He's going to try and hold it through the outside, but I don't think that's going to work because he's down to third. This is really good news for James Early, as he can make a early sprint away. That was terrible. I know. I apologise to all. This is good so far for Schroten. He's currently in 12th place, so picking up a few more points, but his rival all the way down to 28th. I'll be surprised if he's going to get any points now. So, close battles 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. All looking rather close. And as my timing screen messes up again, hopefully it will fix itself. Erhan Jodowski is already catching up on James Early. That gap now down to half a second already. He's really gone for it. But he is dragging the other two with him. There's been a big crash at first corner. Who's that that's gone down the order? Nicholas Dimitris. What happened there then? So he's gone back. Oh, he just got punted in the back by McCard. Spun him around. Oh, then he got a second hit for good measure from Wilson. That's really unlucky. As Patrick Gerber has become our first retirement. Didn't see what happened to him, sadly. But I would guess... Oh, he did it after 0 laps, so he must have got involved in that lap 1 stuff. Let's see a replay. Yeah, I'm seeing on the stream. Just a bit unlucky there. Got punted round and smacked for good measure. Roy Schroten, is up to 12th. So, oh wow, James Early. So looking at the lead here, because the gap is now down to 2 tenths as they finish lap 3 and are about to start lap 4. And a little bit too far going to turn 1. But he gets a good exit here, which he has. He could make a run up the hill. He's going to go, I think. He's going to look down the inside. How much does Early want to push him? Last of the late breakers. Obviously, he brakes later. Is he going to get the exit he needs, though? Oh, he is. He takes the lead from James Early. That was a nice pass there. It's kind of nicely parked on the apex as the looking at 10th and 11th. Two teammates of Shepard and Clont kind of getting a little bit too close together. Probably their team manager wants. Both fighting Schubert as well, the academy car. Schubert's going to try around the outside, but I think he's going to run out of time. He is. It's a nice try. What other close battles are we seeing? 15th, 16th, and 17th aren't. 16th, 15th, and 14th aren't too far apart. And it's all again in the early stages here. Very close racing. Just the one car we've lost so far of Patrick Gerber. And I'm looking at Stu Parslow in 5th, a bit all over the place here. And, I think he's going to get mugged for that 5th position. The wow, he's going to look down at what will be the inside. Run up to the hill. I think he's got the inside line. Sebastian's going to try and go around the outside. Give each other just about enough room. And takes that position from him. Oh, that's seeing Terence Gretsch hit De Vries there. De Vries, that's so unlucky. He's managed to be spun round and then totally. It's just the lightest of touches. He's gone down all the way down 20th. It's a shame for him. Just realised, well, just looking back on what else is happening, sorry to the cameraman when I'm flicking between fights going on. Johan Lindberg is catching up a little bit. It was just a bit clumsy there, wasn't it, that chicane? Johan Lindberg is catching up on James Early now. He's coming back into the race here. But Erhan's now 2.5 seconds ahead. So he really is getting on with it. Schroeter up to 10th, some more decent points paying positions for him. As his rival is up to 25th. But I mean, he's 11 seconds from getting in, 11 seconds and 10 cars, many points. So he's going to need a monstrous run. As we could soon be seeing the battle of the Roys in 9th and 10th. Just over a second between them two, although Vasily is looking at coming back against Shepard, who's having to defend the inside. Vasily's trying his best, but Shepard's got him nicely well covered at the moment. What else seems to be going on? Here we go then. Schroeter against Vasily, the battle of the Roys. Sounds like some epic kind of rumble in the jungle. Someone's had a spin there. Who was that? Down a little bit down the order. Oh, it was Dimitri's had a bit of a spin down there earlier. Never mind about that. What's going on? A little bit on. How's our battle of the Roys going? It's still close between 9th and 10th. Is he going to get Schroeter's going to get a good exit here? This is the point now going up where the increases in points are just about worth risking a little bit. He won't want to lose his 10th. I think if we offered that to him and told him his rival was going to get 24th, he would have taken it. He can see 10th, and he can see... he can see 9th, and he can definitely see 8th as well, actually. So, some more substantial points on for him and the team here, if he keeps his cool. Oh, blimey, he's going down the inside. That's brave. Okay, he's gone for it. He's got it. I think Vasily was a bit opening to that, but that was a very brave chuck it down the inside here. Very well done to him. Okay, next stop then, 8th place Shepard. Bring it on. That was very good. I mean, that was a move by a guy that knows that he has to really go for it while he can. Max Spooner becomes our second retirement today. What happened there? He just dropped it himself sadly on the exit of turn 1. I think he decided, being so far down already, that enough was enough. So that's his evening sadly over. There's just having a look again at the Schroeter and Vasily move on my stream, and yeah, he just chucked side. He really wanted that place. He really wants those extra positions. Keeping an eye on Merniak as well. He's up to 22nd, but 13 seconds behind 15th, James Wilson. So, quite a way to go. Right, we have some really close, exciting races to look at them. 17th and 18th are quite close, but they're not. That sounded like a big hit from someone somewhere online. What was that? I heard something. Oh, Eric Stanford's going very slow there in 26th. What did he do? Oh no, he was so. Eric Stanford's spun it at turn 1 as someone's gone wide. The car that's gone wide has sadly had nowhere else to go. Oh, I see. Oh, Stanford's rolling back off the circuit because he's thinking I should probably back away from it, but he's flicked another car in the air. Koenig. And he's let him, to be fair, he's let him go back. That sounds like another hit I just heard, actually, as I bring myself back to live timing. Anything going on between anyone? Not really, although second, third and fourth. Second, third and fourth is getting very tasty now. Early, Lindberg and Breslin. Breslin fancies a podium if these guys are going to keep faffing about over it. This has meant that Jolski is now 6 seconds ahead in the lead, as Early is really struggling here. Breslin's having a little look up the inside, but Lindberg's saying, nope mate, you need to tag along for now and we'll both get this guy later. Trojan not making much progress on 8th position at the moment. Still 1.6 seconds behind. Some great driving from these guys, two podium contenders here, and one of them's going to be, as they say, the first of the losers. We'll see how they get on. What other fights do we have going up and down the field? Last of the points paying positions is currently in... Last of the points paying positions obviously in 15th place. Well, that's where they usually are. It's James Wilson is 15th, watching a battle. Gretsch and Yunt in 13th. I want to stick with these guys. 2nd, 3rd and 4th. They are so close to each other. Really fighting hammer and nail. As we are on to lap 10, we're just over halfway through the race. I've just noticed that Liam Dual, 5th and 6th, sorry, 5th and 4th, are having a fight, and then Liam went, nope, right, I'm going past you, Bastian, bye. And Liam, suddenly, he's wants to get involved in 2nd, 3rd, 4th fights. All this means that Jalski is 7 seconds ahead. Lindbergh for the win. He's waiting for the move. He's now 8 seconds behind the leader with 8 laps to go. That's a bit of an arse, especially when you've got people that are going to start breathing down your neck very shortly. I've not realised actually. 2nd through 9th are actually getting quite close now. There is a bit of a train forming. Oh, someone's got a little bit off there. Is that getting some slipstreaming? Lindbergh is not a very good exit there, and Breslin's going to be all over him. Breslin's going to happen, I think. Breslin's he's going to have to go for the outside though. Liam DeWell's going to watch a bit of this from the back. So Breslin trying the outside line. This is going to be brave. You think he's going to, well, no, not quite able to do it. But it means now Liam's on the back of him. So he's gone from fighting 3rd. Oh, Schroeton up to 8th. Schroeton's taking Chris Shepherd there. What did Shepherd do? Oh no, it was Koenig? Oh! Someone's gone very sideways. That was right. What happened to him? He tagged? Oh, he just dropped on the exit of turn 2 or 3 there, the right-hander. He managed to lose 2 positions. He's done quite good there to hold it together. But Schroeton up to 8. That was lucky of him. And yeah, this is a train now. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Little conga line. This has allowed James Early just to pull a second away from Lindbergh. As everyone else. Oh, Shepherd there wasn't very good in the exit. That's given Schroeton a bit of a slipstream. He thought about it. Is he going to have a second look at it? No, he's decided 8th place now, getting a bit serious points wise. Need to do anything too silly. Most men up to 18th now, so 10 seconds behind a point. To be decent points for Schroeton. As there's Shepherd nearly going to the back. He did touch the back there, Pfizer, I think. They are very close now. This could bubble up very nicely or very badly for any one of them. As no stupid moves yet. Hopefully not at all, really. Don't want any stupid moves here this evening. We've already had them twice at turn 2 in that one. Being that one instance, DC will look into them and see if anyone is at fault. Someone there being lapped who's doing their best to get out the way, but Stanford, fair play, sir. In that very tight complex, you did your very best to get out of the way of that lot. Top my hat to you. Schroeton getting a good exit. The corner. Ooh, that was a bit laggy for me there. That was very. That was a. Oh, I've lost Schroeton. Oh no! Please don't tell me I'm going to lose Schroeton. Well, that was very weird. I think he's still here apparently, but he's definitely not responding very well to pings. Yeah, his ping has gone over a second. It's recovering now. Phew. Luckily for him, that was happening on the straight because his ping was all over the place. Oh, Shepherd having a look at Bastian on the outside. There. Oh no! So Shepherd's. He's got one. He's going to take 2 here because Schroeton's got the inside now, and Bastian's got a slight overspeed. Probably Schroeton's not going to, is he? He is. He's only going to have a go. He's going to be very tight, but he's got the inside line. Schroeton has gone from 8th to 6th. That's a brilliant move again. Kenneth Ragland's in the pits, I've just noticed, down 23rd. Only 2 retirements again so far. I mean, the world's the oyster for Schroeton here. He's doing brilliant with his drive, starting down in 13th. He's up to 6th, while his rival started 10th and is down in 18th. Badly for him, at least. So, yeah, it's worth keeping an eye on 2nd and 3rd. I should probably point out now, Erhan Oski seconds ahead of this in the lead as we go on to lap 14. But Lindbergh too early is only... Oh, Schroeton's had a problem. Schroeton's now... Don't tell me Schroeton's... Oh, he keeps going, coming back. This is a real problem with trying to race someone that keeps flying up and down the order. He is flying down the order, sadly, at the moment. Can't decide where he's going. Hopefully he comes back. He keeps coming back and going again. This would be terrible luck for him. I think he's gone. Oh, he's gone down. He's all over the place for me. Back up to 6th. If you don't know, you can't tell who you're racing. I just heard someone hit something again. That looks like Miles Dixon doing a DNF. What happened there? Oh, he turn 1 had a slide, caught it and smacked him round. Zofsky now 11 seconds ahead. Schroeton's now down to 15th, 16th. But oh, Schroeton's DNF'd. No, commentator's curse. I'm so sorry. Oh no, that's a real shame. Because it now means Meniek's now 16th. He may still actually get a point and extend his lead after this race. He was doing so well, got all the way up to 6th place. Sorry, I should point out, there's currently on lap 15 of 18. Sorry for that, Nav. 3 full laps and this one left. That's a real shame for Schroeton. Oh no. What that does mean, though, is Chris Shepherd's now up to 6th and Bastian Palmer is 7th. James Early, Johan Lindbergh is split out a little bit now. It's just under a second. It's where the close battle's occurring. For 9th, rather close. Menaklont and Borgzili. It's a slow moving James Wilson there. He's about to get mugged. If Joseph can just about pull himself up the hill, he needed to dive for the inside there. He's not going to take him around the outside, surely not. No, not at all. So, nearly got him, but he's definitely caught up. And what else is going on here then? If anything happens between Johan and James Early, Liam will definitely take another podium. Oh, Buzzling goes a little bit wide in 5th. Going to put him a little bit back. That eases the pressure on Liam. So we are on lap 16. Jalski now 12.7 seconds ahead of James Early in 2nd. Lindbergh's trying to catch him up again. And see how that one works out for him. He's only got a couple more laps to go after this one, though. If he wants that 2nd place, he needs to do something about it. What's that last points paying position? Oh, Mason Meniek is only half a second off it. Paul Joseph, he's looking for it. He knows now that anything now with his rival 2nd place out, anything is a bonus, and he really could get a couple more points on the board or make up for whatever Schroeton caught up on him in the first race, with him finishing 1st and Meniek finishing 4th as Jolski starts his penultimate lap. The 16th, 15th, 14th and 13th are all very close together. Lindbergh still trying to catch up early, but it may be too late for him. Yep, I went there too. I'm really sorry. What else is happening? Seeing other type fights. Oh, blimey, the 15th, 16th. Oh, Meniek gets tapped from the back there, manages to hold it together. Junt, Joseph, Meniek, and And Matthew McCard's now had a spin at the final corner. Was that from the tap that he kind of instigated on Maniac? Yes, it was. So that's him out of the running then for any points. Oh, this minute rides the curb a little bit. He's eyeing up Paul Joseph for sure. Limburg's been eyeing up early all day. Oh, he's gone for it. Maniac down the inside. He is going to get a point, you know. He's up to 15th. That's a good recovery drive. Obviously got involved in that turn 1 incident. Limburg, as Oski is starting his final lap. Limburg's having a look here. Probably keep an eye on the second and third here to see if there's anything will change the final podium position. Should be good for him. There's Phoenix also now hunting down 14th place. Wow, nearly 15-second lead now. Jaworski has literally just run away from it early on. And then while everyone battled for those podium positions, he just went, right, I need to get out of here. And he just kept going and going and going. And he can pretty much cruise at home now. No traffic to worry about. 15-second gap to the guy in second, who's desperately fighting the guy off in third. Limburg, that's way too far back. Trying to put him off by putting him in his wing mirrors. Ballsy move. Oh, Maniac down 16th there. I'll have a look at that later. But Jaworski is coming through the final 2 corners. Is still actually gaining, or making up time. He's had a brilliant second race here as he comes down the final corner, and he wins race 2 tonight here at the Red Bull Ring. Congratulations to that guy. Let's have a quick look at early Limburg. Limburg doesn't try anything silly. No, he's not stupid enough. He's started on pole. Limburg, I think he's going to be quite happy with third. So that'd be James Early second, Johan Limburg third, Liam de Waal fourth and third. Good evening for him. Mark Breslin fifth, Chris Shepherd sixth, Bastian flapping away and happy with seventh, Yaden Wright eighth, Roy was ninth, Maniclon 10th, Sven Schubert should come across 11th, Terence Gretsch 12th, James Wilson's got then a bit further back in 13th. Maybe in 14th, although Massive Maniac is going to look down the inside. Surely not, no. He's managed to somehow get that 15th place back when it was given back, I don't know. He just needs a good exit here, though, and he could try and have a run for the line. No, he's a little bit too far back. But he will get a point. And fair play for hanging. He was down at 28th at one point. Fair play for him to keep going. Paul Joseph, 16th. Gerrit de Vries is in 17th. Renk Hoekstra in 18th. Oh, Matthew Markman's spun it at the end. What happened there? Was he fighting someone? Did someone dive down his inside? No, he just dropped it himself. Oh, and he just couldn't get it back facing the right way again. Oh, he just bagged it at the end. So Renk 18th, Demetrius 19th, Brett McCarth 20th, and Matthew McCart is in 21st position. Gutted for Rory, first thing Chris Shepherd says. Yeah, he was so unlucky. He just, yeah, I don't much say, you know, in real world racing there's no such thing as lag, but if you get it in this, it's usually pretty terminal. He managed to hold it off for like 2, and then it hit him, and obviously the server didn't receive updates. That's it. It's gonna curtains for you. Maniac saying sorry everyone in turn 2. I don't know what I did, but it was stupid. Obviously it may have been him that caused the incident, but he managed to recover, managed to get a point. So you've got to kind of applaud that. There's not actually many people on our Discord channel. In fact, there's only one person, Bastian Peisler, who got 7th. But he, let's see, he may chuck himself in. Chris saying interviews on Discord as usual. Let's see if people put themselves on there. So what does that mean for the championship? Well, Maniac getting 4th, Schroeder getting 1st there means that there was a 12-point swing, which would have reduced the gap to 14 points. But then Maniac just got a point there. So the gap is probably 15. So I suppose we'll probably hopefully take the positive here that he's made 11 points up on his rival. That's the positive way of looking at it. What would be really frustrating is that if he held on to that 6th position, he would have only been 5 points behind. That could be everything. come the end of the championship. Those 10 points. Only time will tell, as they say. So we've got Johan Lindberg, who's joined us in the room, and I shall probably try and drag him in and have a chat with that gentleman who's here now. Johan Lindberg, podium there in the second race. Very well done. How are you feeling?
I'm very happy for the second race. The first one wasn't so good, but it happens sometimes. The dirty air was very, very bad on this track. I have never felt it so bad, so I just misjudged the braking point. I'm sorry to all the guys.
Well, yeah, it was a decent recovery to get that podium in the second race. I see you've kind of mirrored last round when you were 11th and then DNF. This time you've kind of had not a very good first race, but then brought it back for a not bad second one.
Yeah, the second one was much better, but I must say I had a really bad setup this time. I had really not pace to be on the podium, but I got lucky this time.
Yeah, you always need a little bit of luck. What do you feel you're struggling with there? Grip? Was it top speed? Was it acceleration? What was limiting you?
I hadn't the top speed. I couldn't make the pass on the straight, so I had to try to get them right after the corners, and that's really, really hard.
Yes, especially with a circuit like here where there's not really much hard braking. Rory Schroten has joined us. He is now back online. Rory, I mean, amazing race one there. A great win. And you're doing really well in race two, kind of making a decent recovery from 13th up to 6th. And then sadly it went a bit wrong. But let's forget about that to begin with. Let's talk about race one. How did it feel? Pole, I'd like to flag. That's just typical. You do a nice long intro to your question, and then Rory, we can't hear you at all. You're not on mute, but I imagine you're feeling rather good about race one and a good qualifying session. And yeah, how do you feel? No, we've still got. I did see him mute and unmute his mic, but sadly we can't hear from him. If you want to put anything in the GPVWC General, I'll announce it to everyone who's currently here, and he's currently typing to us. So yeah, I mean, we were just saying earlier, Roy, you've done. I mean, looking at the overall night, you've gained about 10 points on your rival Mason Maniac. You had a really bad start to race two, but managed to recover to get a point. So you're going home with the gap down to about 15 points, now less than a race win. You got that second win under your belt. 2/5 I see early on. Yeah, so he's saying I was very happy after finally getting the pole after being so close the first 4 rounds. Yeah, I mean, pole's not everything because you proved at Australia was second and first, but yeah, it probably feels quite nice to finally get it. Kind of yeah, good start. I noticed that actually. Your start there relative to everyone else was a decent start. You did light up the tyres, but yeah, managing to keep it on track without mistake. That's the important thing around there. With not much runoff. Rank did an amazing job on the setup, and I just had to drive it. Rank Hoekstra, I imagine, doing your setup for you. That's it's always never felt so good to be in a car. Well, I think Johan here may want to speak to Rank about that in that case. It shows us how much difference the setup, how much it can make a car feel. So one person got it working, and hopefully you can get it working for the next round, Monaco, because you need a setup there to kind of get the best out of the car and best out of the driver. Johan, how are you feeling about going to Monaco next?
It's I like Monaco. It's a fun track, but as you say, it's hard on the setup. You have to have a lot of downforce to go fast, but then you don't get the top speed to overtake. These FC cars are quite twitchy to set up for the race conditions.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Rory's managed to get that pole now. Hopefully, he'll be looking at doing it again at Monaco at a track that is key to qualifying. How are you feeling about looking forward to qualifying? And hopefully, it will be a dry, but could be a wet Monaco.
That would be fun, but I just hope I can get my driving together. It's been a little much up and downs, both my mistakes and some technical issues. Tonight it was good. My grip problem was only set up. On the other tracks, there have been some strange technical issue.
Well, hopefully it all comes together at Monaco. On that note, we should probably finish up the stream there. Just want to say a few thank yous to David Francic on cameras, everyone that helped us get this stream set up. Studio 397, who I think we can agree has done an excellent job with DirectX 11. And like I keep saying, it's an open beta. Things will break, things will go wrong, but they've hit the ground running really well. What I will say, if you're interested in this, do go check out simnews.tv and obviously GPVWC.com for more info about Formula Challenge. Maybe you're interested in having a go. Maybe you want to see what it's like. So talk to some drivers, see what happens about setup and stuff. I've had a really good fun getting back into commentary. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.